what's up? Oh, you know, just me. And I'm Lyndon. Well, let's talk about philosophy. Oh, Lyndon, we got to start the show. Hi, I'm Troy Cooper. This is Mission Stories. And Lyndon's, hey, Lyndon. Hi. Okay, here's the truth. It's just me. It's just Troy. It's just me. And hey, listen. I get it. I get that you all listen for Lyndon. It's the Lyndon show, and you all love Lyndon so much because he's so lovable, and I miss him. Keep it together, Troy. So this is Mission Stories. It's just me today. Here's the thing. Can we talk about Lyndon for a second? Can we do that? Because we have a problem. Oh, I don't even know if I can get through this. Okay. Okay. So Lyndon decided, selfishly, I might add, to play basketball. He thought to himself, I knew that I was going to be recording an episode, a very special episode with a guest, and we had a guest. And he thought, you know what? I'll just play basketball, and that's fine, and nothing will go wrong. Nothing will happen because of my selfishness and because of my insensitivity to other things and other things in my life. And that's what he was thinking. And I know that because he wrote a letter to me this morning via text message. But he said, Troy, guess what? I was being selfish and I played basketball, and someone who shall not be named yet kicked the crap out of me over a game of basketball. Now, the official story is that they're playing basketball, and then Lyndon makes a shot, hits the rim, right? Doesn't go in, but then it hits the rim again, and then it hits the rim a third time, and then it goes in, and everybody's cheering, and everybody's happy. Oh, wait, except for one person. A person who shall not be named yet was apparently not happy about this and decided to, I don't know, take revenge, lash out, act out. And this man is known for his violent outbursts. Excuse me. This man is known for his violent outbursts and well documented. And as far as I can tell, and I wasn't there, but from the letter that was sent to me, as far as I can tell, he went into a fit of rage, this person who shall not be named, and he threw his elbow. He didn't throw his elbow, but he threw a bow, so to speak, squarely at Lyndon's face. And Lyndon was not ready because he was in the throes of bliss. He had just made this weirdly bad shot that turned out to be good and won the game. And and Lyndon had been struggling all season. And it's mid-season, and so it means nothing, this game, but and it's like a church league, I don't know, whatever. So it really means nothing. But it was like a small victory for him. And he's blinded, literally blinded, because he doesn't wear glasses when he plays basketball, so he's literally blind on, like, it's a miracle he's shooting in the right direction when he plays basketball, because he plays with his glasses off. And I always say to him, Lyndon, how do you even know where you're shooting? And he says, in his own Lyndon way, he says, Troy, it's not about where you shoot the ball so much as it's about what Plato says about shooting balls. Always, never wear glasses while playing basketball. And so that always shuts me up about that. Plato says it. Must be true. No, but that's not the point. The point is he's blinded, and this person who shall not be named went into a fit of rage. He was blinded with rage. Two blind men clashed today, is what I'm trying to get at. This person who shall not be named lumbers over like the Frankenstein that he was acting like. I'm not saying this person is Frankenstein or is even Frankenstein's monster, which is actually the correct way to say that. And enough with people trying to do it that way. But he went over and he punched and he elbowed Lyndon's face 17 times. And then another 5, just for good measure. Lyndon's face is, at this point, a bloody pulp, right? And he's like, what is going on? Hammering down. It was like the Khabib versus Conor McGregor fight, except Conor won this one. Huh? Yeah. Here's the point. Lyndon's not here. He's busy getting his face sewn up because he's got a hole in his lip because he decided to play basketball selfishly. So it's just me. I don't want to do one of those things again where, because we've been very consistent. We've been very consistent for the last, I don't know, month. And I don't want to, I don't know, I just want to be, listen, this isn't what you expect. It's not what normally we have. And if you're true and faithful and if you're a loyal listener, you would come to expect that Saturdays are the day when you're going to get some mission stories. Or something. Or that that podcast is going to update. There's going to be something there for you. And I know it's not the same without Lyndon. I know that. And you can stop screaming at your headphones or your car speakers, because guess what? I can't hear you. I mean, I can hear you in my mind's eye. I hear all of you screaming at me. Troy, we hate you. Stop talking. Shut up, you idiot. You pathetic moron. And I hear you. And I say no. I will keep talking. I'll keep listening. You could just turn this off if you want. Please don't. You could. Now I'm imagining you turning this off and I'm just screaming into the void. I'm yelling into a toilet as it flushes. Oh, don't. No, please. So what are we going to do today? I had a couple of ideas. One, bash Lyndon for an hour straight. Tell you all the things I hate about him. So there's one idea. The other idea was, now that it's me for today and I get really carte blanche. I get white card. What? No, that's not right. Blank slate. Tabula rasa. Anyway, I can do whatever I want, is what I'm trying to say. And listen, I had me and some friends, we made a band, and we made some music, and we recorded it, and I put it on the internet. Believing wholeheartedly that all it was going to take was for people to notice it, to listen, and then they were going to buy it. And it was going to be a smash hit, and I would be partying with Kurt Cobain in heaven. Because I was going to meet an early end, because of that's how successful we were going to be. That I would join the 29 club. Now I know what you're thinking. It's the 27 club. Jim Morrison, Kurt Cobain, Amy Winehouse, Jimi Hendrix, Joni joining. What's her name? What's the one who she was a singer. She died when she was 27. Who was that? Take another little piece of my heart now, baby. Who was that? Man, I wish I had a co-host right now. Lyndon would know. Lyndon would actually know. He might not know, actually, but... Oh, boy. Hey, Lyndon, wherever you are, I hope you're okay. Hope your lip... Hope you don't have a permanent disfigurement on your face, and that will affect your silky smooth speaking voice. Anyway, the point is... where was I going with that? Point is... there's some music that me and my band made, and I was thinking maybe I could just like play that whole album in a row. And I don't know, maybe I'll do that. You know what else I was thinking? Maybe I'll just like do like a Mark Maron thing, just play the guitar. Yeah, that's an idea. I don't know. Or here's another thing. I could tell you a mission story. Here's the problem. And you may have surmised this yourself, but we're like, I think I'm running out. It's like you do this thing for 2 years, and then it turns out that you like run out of mission stories after like 25. Turns out you have 25 mission stories. And once you tell them all, I mean, the rest of the mission stories are just kind of like mundane, boring things, little everyday things that, I just thought of one just now. The time a guy got arrested outside the library. Lyndon, whoa, okay. Lyndon just texted me. Let's read his text. All right. He says, they gave me a tetanus shot to go with my stitches. I exercised a lot of restraint to not make autism jokes. Hey, you know what? He doesn't know that this is going to be on the podcast. I'm going to text him right now. I'm going to say, hey, Lyndon. Hey, Lyndon, I'm recording right now. Do you have anything you want to say? Or we could phone call in. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to try calling him. I'm going to see what he says. I'm going to see what happens. See if this works. We'll see if this works. Can you hear that?
You have reached Lyndon Neglis. Please leave your message after the tone. After leaving a message, you can hang up or press pound for more options.
Hey, Lyndon, this is Troy. This is on the podcast, and just recording, and just miss you. Call me back if you want, or don't. Oh, if anyone's still listening at this point, this might not make it to air. We'll see. But anyway, hey, talk to you later, buddy. Bye-bye. So Lyndon didn't respond. You heard that. Tell people I'm okay. Just 2 stitches in my lip. Okay. All right, I told them. Mission stories. So this guy got arrested outside of our library. There's really nothing more to that. I think I have a video. Maybe I'll share on the Instagram. Is that illegal to do that? See, this is why I need Lyndon here, because I have all these stupid questions, and if I don't have someone, I just ask. I'm asking nobody. So anyway, I could do that. We could talk about. Let's see. Some missionaries I knew, they found a dead body in a driveway once. I wasn't there. That was a secondhand story, but that's pretty crazy. Oh, here's another funny story from Elder Fulton. Hey, buddy. If you listen to this and you're thinking of starting your own mission stories, you know what? Maybe I could just call. Maybe I'm just gonna try calling people. No, maybe not. This is bad. You know what I should do? I should cut this short. Listen, guys. Actually, hold on just 1 second. Okay, hi. Sorry, I'm just gonna try this one more time. And we're gonna see how it goes, and we're gonna see if we can get someone on the phone here. A little special guest. And we'll see how it goes. We'll see if he answers. If he can pull himself out of his own butthole to answer his phone. See if he's gonna do it. I don't think he's going to. Am I gonna leave another message? Should I? Come on. This would be so funny if he answered. Come on. Huh?
You have reached.
Dang it.
Lyndon Neglis.
All right, Lyndon, that's your second straw. I'm not saying it's your final straw, but I mean we're getting close here to straw town. Okay. Second try. Let me just get back to what I was talking about before, because I think I left things up in the air a little bit with the story with Lyndon's basketball. And I just want to make something clear, and I just want to say that, because, I sort of left things open with who was the actual culprit of who smashed Lyndon's face to a pulp, a bloody pulp. Because I kept saying that that he shall not be named. Because I didn't want to say his name. Because it's a famous name, and you don't. It's he who must not be named, is what I'm trying to get at. It's Voldemort. And I'm sorry for saying that, but it is. Lord Voldemort smashed Lyndon's face. He plays in a league with Lyndon, in a basketball league. And he's real, by the way. And he smashed Lyndon's face, and he must not be named. I said he's known for his violent outbursts. Yeah. We're lucky he didn't say Avada Kedavra to him. Because then he'd be dead. And the Dark Lord would have claimed another life. So... See, this is what happens when you leave me alone with a microphone. And a captive audience. Mission stories. Listen, this isn't going to be too much longer. I'm thinking 20 minutes. So that's, what is that? 3 more? Is that math? Is that correct? 2 more minutes. Can I tell you a mission story quickly, though? Good mission story. One that I haven't told already. Let's see, where did I serve? I served in Griffin. I think I told you all the good ones from there. Guy's wife farted in a car. I blamed it on her. I kind of want to. We should wait for, because I have a good Christmas one, but I should wait for like a Christmas episode, a Halloween episode. I guess we could talk about that. I actually don't remember what I would do on Halloween. We sort of discussed it already. What else? Lithia Springs. Then I went to Carrollton, and then I went to where did I go after that? To McDonough. I know it sounds like McDonald's, but it's not. It's McDonough. Yeah. Like I went to Carrollton, then I went to McDonald's. And then I came home. And I came home early. Nothing wrong with that. No, I didn't. Let's see. Actually, here's a little retrospective, though. It is October. I started my mission in October. October 15th, 2008. I went into the MTC. And my parents we all went to the MTC. And I just remember, like, the night before, I had horribly underprepared in terms of packing and in terms of suitcases and in terms of what I was going to take as far as that goes. And so my dad, I think he knew that I wasn't I didn't have enough space, but he like brought this extra bag with him so that, anticipating, and it wasn't very full. So I took all my extra junk and I put it in this like duffel bag that I use for my whole mission, plus the extra suitcase, plus my backpack or whatever. And I just remember being kind of a jerk that night, just like, well, where am I going to put my extra stuff? Because I had all this extra stuff for some reason. But they were really good about it. And then I didn't sleep too well. And then we woke up and went into the MTC. And actually, no, October 15th was when was that? Was that when I went in? Or yeah, October 1st is when I went through the temple for the first time in Cardston, Alberta. And that was an interesting experience as well. But it was nice. It was with my parents and everything, so that was cool. Anyway, so back to the first day of the MTC. We get there. I think I told this story before, but like my mom was like, son, there's like a program. This is back when there was a program. You'd all like go in and sit down, and there was a video that they would play, and then you would sit through it and just be like so nervous the whole time. And then you'd go through it, and then at the end of it, they're like, all right, time to go. And I hug all my sister, and she's crying my mom, and she's crying my aunts and uncles, and they're sort of like emotional. And then I get to my dad, and he's like, well, see you later. He's like, where did you leave the lawnmower? I'm like, Dad, I'm going on a mission. He's like, right, but like you left it in the usual spot. It's kind of an Adam Sandler joke. I just watched his special. He does this really funny joke about. Anyway, no, but he was just sort of like, see you later. And so I leave, and then I remember just standing in a hallway. And it's funny because in a movie, right, like that's where it would sort of end. But then this is real life, and so it just keeps going. And so now I'm like, now the monotony of my mission has begun, and I'm standing in a hallway in a lineup waiting to, I think, get a shot. I think this was where they were giving us shots. And so then I get my shot, and it feels like a refugee camp or something. Or like Ellis Island, and you go in, they're like, name. And I'm like, and they're like, Corleone. Your name's Vito Corleone. They like look at my name tag. They're like, Vito Cooper, Elder Cooper. Next. I always reference these movies that nobody knows about. Yesterday, there was a dance, and a Halloween dance, and I was Jeff Lebowski from The Big Lebowski, and I'm sure none of you who are listening have seen that movie either. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, so, and then what happens? And then I think, do I get a companion? Like, when do we get companions? Like, what happens then? I actually literally don't remember, but like at some point, I think I go to my room, my quarters, and I'm the first one there, and I take these like pictures of myself in the mirror, little 19-year-old Troy. And I kind of inspect everything, and I check out the bathroom situation, and I'm like, oh, this is going to be a nightmare. And then like the people start arriving, and Elder Horner, yeah, that was his name. I don't know whatever happened to him. He had a very thick Utah accent. And then so he was next, and then I think because your companion was like scheduled to be with, or maybe Elder Redford was next. He was my companion, and he's from Colorado. He's a nice guy. And then I remember like whenever we would wake up in the morning, he was really good because I'm not a morning person. Like the first time I liked talking is around like 10 o'clock or 9 o'clock, and we had to get up at like 6:30 and go. I think we had to clean like every morning or something, or once a week or whatever. And we were always up early, like way too early, earlier than I ever wanted to be. And I would get up even earlier because I liked to shower before everyone, because I was a freaking nerd and I didn't want to get a swirly or something. I didn't want everyone to laugh at my disgusting naked body. Look at him. Look at his ugly body. And I was a freaking nerd, and I never had to deal with nakedness before, so I had actively avoided it. And so by this point in my life, I just was just underprepared. I think I told all this before, but like I remember beforehand thinking of little comebacks to say if anyone was like, oh, look at him, and I'd say, well, that's not very Christ-like, or that's what I thought I would say. You've heard all this before. So anyway, I would get up really early, but my companion was really good about sort of gently easing me into conversation for the day. He'd be like, so how'd you sleep? And it was just like a nice, I don't know, it's a nice topic to start off with, because it's like, you just know, it's top of mind, you're like, exactly how you slept. Oh, I cried a lot, and then I cried myself to sleep, and then I got to sleep, and then I woke up at 6:30 to this chime sound that the alarm clock my mom bought me, that will forever be ingrained in my mind as this memorial, this monument to this specific time period, and it's forever. And I actually don't remember. I think it was like a dee 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 dee. But like if I ever heard it today, I'd be like, oh, like just have the worst sort of PTSD flashback. Same with my first companion, the alarm on his phone. It was like the dee 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 dee. So anyway, that's ingrained in my mind. I forever now know that little tune means wake up, you SOB. It's another morning. You got 740 more of these to go. So anyway, then you're just in the mission. Anyway, I just remember this, and my mom was really good about sending me like the Dear Elder packages early on in the MTC. And it was full of goodies, and I was like, everyone loved my mom. She would, all this stuff. So I'd eat all the sweets because I got a sweet tooth, and then there was like chips and dip, and I'd be like, who wants chips? And everyone would be like, yeah. And yeah, I remember I have this memory sitting at like one of the desks in the MTC and thinking, I did it. I left home. I'm on my own now, because I had never done that before at this point, really. And that was something. I mean, like I did miss home, and home was this, and being on a mission was kind of tough, but also, I don't know. There was something really satisfying about like, oh, I did it. Like I feel like life has these little check boxes that we have to check off, and so this was one of them for sure. I mean, serving a mission, young Mormon boy growing up, of course you're going to serve a mission. Of course I was. And then, but also there's that aspect of leaving home too. Part of me wonders at this point in my life, I look back and I'm like, it didn't really feel, I don't know if you can really count it as like moving away from home. Like you were, but you were also sort of being taken care of the whole time. You didn't have to work. You did have to work hard in another way, but that had no monetary reimbursement. Opposite, we were paying to do this. We were paying money. My dad was paying good money for me to do this. And and so I don't know. But like looking back now, I'm like, yeah, no, totally. Like I lived away from home for 2 years when I was 19, and I think it was good for me, and I think it's good. it feels good to be able to say that. Like, I'm glad that I did that. I think about sometimes like my future children, if that ever happens. Jury's out at this point. I'm gonna be such an old dad already. I'm like 29. But I think about like, what am I don't know. I just think like, what if my kids don't want to go on a mission? How do I react to that? How do you respond to that? What do you do? I don't know. I really don't know. Because also, we live in a time of more information, you know? And so, yeah, I don't know. What if my kids learn about the things I've learned about more recently much sooner? Would they just be more okay with, you know, some of church history's little dark underbelly parts? Its little unsightly warts, and the fact that they had learned about it from younger ages. Maybe they're more okay with it, or maybe they don't, or maybe they just think from a young age, you're just like, this seems weird, Dad. What if they want to leave the church? I mean, that's the classic question, right? What if your children want to leave the church? We're in deep water now. I don't know if I feel brave enough to talk about this by myself. I feel like I need Lyndon here or someone else to like bounce these ideas off of. This started so, it's always how it happens. I always start so goofy and then I end up like darkly dark serious, and that's fine, and that's good. And I guess maybe it's a metaphor into my personality. I don't know. Listen, guys, yeah, it's October 27th this month. At this point in time, I was, actually, hold on one second. Hey, sorry about that. So I went to go get my mission journal, and I have it here in front of me now because I wanted to say, like, I kind of wanted to read, like, from my journal. This is crazy. This has been 10 years. It's 2018. I went in, so October 28th. I don't have it 27th. I would write on the 1 week of each day of my like each week of the MTC. I guess I wrote a journal entry, and this is 10 years to the day tomorrow of me writing this. I said 2 weeks. Wow, maybe I should write in here more often. I feel like I've already read this on air. I don't know. Who knows? Either way, I have 1 week left. Wow, holy smoke. I guess I'm feeling pretty great. The Spirit is with me quite often, if not always. Did you ever, like, I wish Lyndon were here because I want to bounce this off him, but I'll bounce it off you, the listener. Do you ever, I just remember, like, as a missionary, it was a little, when talking about the Spirit, I felt that, like, it was a little bit like the king's clothes or the king's new robe, that story where, like, the king has on this, he's naked, but someone tells him that, you know, he's crafted this beautiful robe, and only the most classy or the best or the most righteous or the most whatever type of, you know, highfalutin person can actually see the robe. Otherwise, it's going to look like you're naked. And so the king, not wanting to appear unrighteous or highfalutin or some lower status, says, "Oh my goodness, I can see it. Yes, it's beautiful." And so now that the king says it and everyone else wants to sort of like play along as well, they're like, "Oh yes, I see it too. Yes." And so they, you know, everyone is sort of playing along with the idea that, like, "Oh, I can see it. Yeah, I can see you know." And so that's a little bit how I felt with the Spirit, because everyone's like, "Oh, I feel the Spirit so much here. I feel the Spirit so much." And it was a nice place, and I feel good, and I think I did feel God's influence there. But I don't think, when I say I felt, I was like, the Spirit is with me quite often, if not always. Come on, bro. Come on, past self. Come on, 2008 Troy. If not always. You feel this transcendent state of religious joy 24 hours a day, if not always. I I don't know. It's an interesting place and it's an interesting time because you have to almost, you're surrounded, you're engulfed in this culture of like, oh wow, I'm so righteous and I feel the Spirit all the time. And if you don't feel the Spirit, there's something wrong with you. A little bit, or at least that's maybe how I felt. Because like this seems so unlike me to say something like this. The Spirit is with me quite often, if not always. I'm not the kind of person to say always about anything. I'm just not that kind of a person. And I don't know. That's just kind of funny. Moving on. It warns me when things are not right. The Spirit I'm talking about. I've felt that in my time here. I've noticed a lot of what's in my patriarchal blessing coming to pass. So tonight, L. Tom Perry of the 12 spoke in a devotional. It was all right, I guess. I was never really a big fan of L. Tom. And he spoke using like a prompter, and it just really kind of took me out of it. Right, I continue on. He's not the most verbose speaker, but he's sincere, I think. Not a great review. 3 stars. Anyway, I guess the biggest thing I got from it was an impression from a meeting earlier today. It was that we don't know the impact we can have on bringing others to Christ. I'm going to try to keep that in mind. Also, I think the district below us is in some trouble. People keep going home. I'm just like talking crap on the district. I'm just gossiping. Dear diary. People keep going home. I wonder why. Maybe they've been bad. So anyway, I continue. We're going to befriend them more. It'll be good. Anyway, and I say this in quotes, open quote, all is well, close quote. God be with you till we meet again. Good songs, I said. Signed, Troy Cooper. So that's my October 28th. That's 10 years tomorrow. I was in the MTC and I wrote that. And, wow. Crazy. That's it, guys. I don't know. I think that's a good place to stop. Hopefully this was not the worst thing to listen to. If you turned it off, I get it. I understand. But maybe you enjoyed it, and maybe this is an opportunity for you to think about your own mission. If you want to be on the Mission Stories podcast, if you have a funny story, if you have a good thing from your mission that you'd like to share, that you'd like to talk about, if you have a subject, a church or religious related topic that you want to hear about or you want to discuss personally with Lyndon and myself on the podcast, and you are in the Calgary area or are willing to call in or whatever, we'd love to have you and we'd love to hear from you. You can reach us through the website, themissionstoriespodcast.com. We have an Instagram, The Mission Stories Podcast. On Instagram, I think we have a YouTube, The Mission Stories Podcast is what it's called on there. I would like to try to do more video stuff. It's a lot of work, guys. It's a lot of work. Because I use like iPhones, and then I gotta it's a variable frame rate, so it doesn't sync up with the audio perfectly. So then you gotta convert the footage, and then and I'm thinking I gotta do it in like 780p or 720 rather, because full HD, trying to convert that. Plus these episodes are usually like an hour long, so that's an hour of footage. It's like 10 gigs of footage. And if you're getting both sides, it's like, and then you got to convert that, and then you got to edit it, and then you got to sort of like do the thing, and you got to sync up the audio, and then like hopefully it all syncs up. And I did all this once, and I think it was working, and then I got to the end of it, and the audio had sort of unsynced with the lip flaps, and it was so frustrating. I was like, I don't care about this, but I think I would like to try it, just even for my own. Just to check it out. So maybe, look forward to that. Lyndon and I have been writing some sketches. We wrote a sketch anyway, and I think we might make that and maybe put it on the website or the YouTube channel. We have a Facebook as well. It's just sort of the same deal, just on Facebook. We're trying to get to the next level. We're trying to grow. If you like what you listen to, and if you like this podcast, we would really appreciate it if you subscribe to it wherever you listen to podcasts. If you could comment positive things. If you give us 5-star ratings, I think that helps us too in the iTunes or wherever. But specifically iTunes, I think that's part of the algorithm. I don't know. But if you could like and review and subscribe, that would be awesome. Follow the Instagram. Those are some ways that you could support us. I don't think anybody gave any money to Lyndon's, like, his medication fund or whatever. We're just experimenting. Honestly, I don't know. When we started this, it was just like, hey, let's just see what happens. And we've been sort of honestly just experimenting ever since. And I want to continue to experiment. I do enjoy doing this, and it is heartwarming that so many of you actually listen and continue to listen. And I know, like, I get messages sometimes from people being like, hey, I haven't listened in a while. That's okay. That's how podcasts work. They're always here for you when you have the time. So, but for those who are weekly listeners, thank you. To those who are sporadic binge listeners, thank you. To those who have listened once and never again, screw you. You can get out of here. We don't need. Just kidding. We love you too. Yeah, if you have any, like, honestly, we're always trying to improve. We want the show to be better and to improve and to be something that you want to watch more. We don't want it to be completely self-indulgent. I know this episode felt like that, but really it was just going to be a week of nothing if I didn't do this, and I really wanted to keep the momentum going. So next week, I promise, Lyndon will be back. I will move heaven and earth to make sure that he doesn't play basketball next week or whatever, or that he doesn't get horribly maimed. And honestly, thanks again, everybody. We love you very much. And gosh, it's not the same. All right, I'm going to do it anyway. But Lyndon, you have any, or maybe I'll just pull something from another week or something. Lyndon, do you have anything to say?
Don't ever point a gun at someone.
No.
Keep your finger off the trigger, and keep your aim true and faithful.
All right, kind of weird, but thank you and goodbye.